What's going on, guys, and welcome to my reaction to Ralph Rangnick's press conference and also my starting 11 for the Brentford game on Monday. First of all, let's get into the press conference. Again, quite a few questions asked. First one was, what is your role going to be and what will you be advising on in terms of your consultancy role? He said, for me, it's about recruitment. The most vital point is the recruitment and bringing in the best possible players. Not just identifying, but meeting them players and convincing them to come to the club without having Champions League football, which is going to be an issue and a problem, but he's spot on with what he said. Also, in regards to identifying academy players, it'll be a one to 2 years, but that's also a vital part as well, is he's looking at the academy players, seeing who's got the ability to come into the first team sort of thing, not ignoring the academy side of it as well. He was asked, will Mata, Matic and Lingard be available for Monday? And he said that, I would like to think so, but it's about results and performance. It's not about gifting players just time on the pitch, and it's about results, and not also for the players whose contracts are coming to an end. It's not about just letting the fans say bye to them and stuff. He said, if we can do that, then brilliant, but the focus must be on the remaining games and not that their contracts are coming to an end and that they will be out of the club. I like that answer as well, and especially that he mentioned the supporters, because he's not scared of a backlash against the supporters sort of saying that. And a lot of the supporters will want to hear what he said as well, in terms of it should be about the performance on the pitch and not just that your favourite player might be leaving or whatever. So I do agree with that, and I like how he answered it. He was also asked, can Man United attract certain younger players that are yet to hit their prime, like up-and-coming players and future stars, rather than current stars at their peak, like the Ronaldos or Cavani, and players that are more near the end of their career? And he said that, I think a club should find and look for future promising players and players that haven't yet hit their peak. He also asked the person that asked him that, who are these players that you're thinking of and regard as that? Because, and then that person said Haaland, and he said Haaland, though, is still a young player, so if he continues to develop how he is, then he will be someone that they would be a good example for the club to look at and try and find the next sort of Haaland if they can't get him. But he did say kind of that he would like them to focus more on younger talent than bringing in players more at the end of their career. But Haaland is a good example of where their focus should be on sort of players that they should be looking at. He was then asked, is Manchester United still attractive for top players to come to the club? And he said, as a club, they are, as like a kind of and title, as the supporters and the training ground. Yes, but we have to be realistic when the likes of Man City, Liverpool and Chelsea get involved and try and snatch these players. We have to be realistic about what we can offer them and what the reasons are for why they should come and join Manchester United over them sort of teams. And he said that it's important in this factor on what Eric thinks as well and what his approach will be. He said that Klopp, Tuchel and Pep meet players before they sign them, make a point of meeting them themselves, because they want to check that they've got the right mentality, the right character, and that they best fit the system and how that team want to play. And he's spot on with that, and that's something that's been missing from the club for a long time and needs to be addressed. He was asked, are you hoping to have any injured players back for Brentford game? And he said that he hopes Fred will be back, but Jadon Sancho will most likely miss out for the rest of the season with a high chance with his tonsillitis. He said Cavani is supposed to train today and missing for a while. He's been missing for a while, so it's probably not going to be realistic that he comes in for the Brentford game and starts. Maybe off the bench he can be available, but definitely not to start. And he said that Jesse was missing yesterday for personal reasons against Chelsea, which is still, we don't really know what that is about. And he said that also Jadon is unlikely for the next 2 games at least, which is another massive blow. I said recently when he said that Jadon would be out for the Chelsea game, it's a massive blow, and now he's going to be out for another 2 games at the minimum, possibly for the rest of the season, so that's a huge blow. Again, he was asked a similar question, are United open to signing future stars, or do they need to go for current top-ready stars in their peak? And he said that, again, we need to look at other clubs and what they do and the players they go after. He said, and if you look at who they've signed in the past, these clubs, you'll get your answer, basically. So he's saying that these clubs go for younger players that haven't yet hit their maximum performance level, and they don't just sign already established names and household names. They sign younger players to develop them, basically. So I liked how he answered that, and a sort of poke at the board there again. He was asked, can you understand fans have been worried about recruitment because for years now it's been the same people picking the same players. It basically hasn't been working. And the fans feel like they don't see anything changing anytime soon. He said it's obvious that the club and the team need more players, new players coming in, especially because of contracts coming to an expiry date and contracts ending, and other players that aren't available or out on loan that want more game time. I mean, there really does need to be a lot of new players coming in, but I still think we won't see as many as we need to see. But I like still how he answered that. And he also said it's important to identify scouts and recruit kind of players to develop into top team again. You need the mentality, skill, quality, physicality, pace. You need the full package, basically. And he's spot on. There's no good getting someone that's got all the talent in the world, but their mentality is wrong. We're seeing that with players at the club already that should be playing. I'm not going to mention names, but we know who they are. That should be playing better than they are, that they've shown in the past. But their mentality is just, it's atrocious. And it wasn't that when they started out. And I don't know what's happened to some of them, but you can tell that their mentality is gone, that they used to have. They might have all the ability and talent in the world, but they don't show it because the mentality is wrong. And I don't care who you are, in what field of work you are, you can be the most talented and have the best skill set. But if your mental side is wrong and the mentality of you is wrong, you're not going to perform to your maximum potential and your maximum level, because it has to be a balance. And I think a lot of our players' mentality is down the drain. I liked how he answered that as well. That was it for the press conference, guys. Let me know your thoughts on what he said in the press conference, because I think he answered it well again. That's 2 in a row for me now that I think that he's growing on me even more. He has took the Austrian job, I'm hearing. So he was kind of, that was the first question asked as well. Like, how involved is he going to be because of that going forward? And he said that he will still be involved, but it will kind of be from a distance, which we already kind of knew. We just didn't know how much that distance meant in terms of how much time he's going to have for the club. But he said that he will be able to fit both jobs in, so that's good to hear. I like what he said. I like how he answered the questions, and there was a few there that he kind of poked at the board again, so I'm loving that. As for my starting 11 for Monday's game, I would go with De Gea, I'd go with Delo, I'd go with Varane and Lindelof again. Telles again was poor, but I don't necessarily want to bring Aaron Wan-Bissaka in and put Delo on the left. So I probably would stick with Telles, even though I thought he was poor again, because he's the only natural left-footed left back at the moment for us. Midfield, if Fred is available, I'd put Fred with Matic, but if not, I'd stick with McTominay and Matic, but I would prefer Fred with Matic. Then I would go with, obviously there's no Sancho now, I would go with Alanga, I'd go with Mata at 10 for Bruno, and then I'd probably put in, previously I went with Lingard, but I don't think he's going to be anywhere available again because whatever's going on with him. So it's a tough one. Who have we got? Like, literally, unless you put maybe Garnacho in or something, but I can't see them starting him. They obviously will go with Rashford, but I really think he was poor again against Chelsea, and I don't think he deserves to be anywhere near the team. So even though we've got lack of options, I still wouldn't put Rashford in. So I'd go with Alanga, Mata, and Hannibal. That's the only other one I can think of, because who have we got? I don't think Hannibal will be anywhere near the squad. He'll probably be in the under-23s again, and I disagree with that. He should have been kept in the squad. So he would be the other option, and then I'd go with Ronaldo up top again. Thought David De Gea was man of the match against Chelsea, but I think Ronaldo was also in contention for that too. So I think certain players in that team you can't drop. But yeah, Rashford shouldn't be anywhere near the team. I'm hoping Maguire's nowhere to be seen at the moment again as well, because he shouldn't be anywhere near the team either. But I would like to see Fred come back, because I do think he's better than McTominay, and I would like to see that change. But as I said, no Rashford for me. I don't care if you put Garnacho in there. I don't want him playing, but I think he will play. So that would be my lineup, guys. Let me know what your lineup would be in the comments. Before I go, 2,000 subscribers by the 1st of June is the target. I can only do it with your support, guys, so come and help me and join me on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Come and get involved in the comments and join the community. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Enjoy the football. There's lots of it. And I'll speak to you soon.